It's the Pittsburgh Weekend Edition. I'm so very excited to have Sharon Skittle here with us from Urban Elements in Psychology in this wonderful program, Gwen's Girls. We have Ashley Jones here as well. Ashley, how are you?
Good.
How about you, Sharon? How are you doing?
Great. Happy to be here. Thanks, Sarah.
This is such an excellent program. I mean, you have always invested in great things, you know, creating space, being a part of the community. And Ashley, you've been involved with Urban Elements and Psychology through Gwen's Girls. How are you enjoying it so far?
Great.
Yeah? Has it been fun?
Yeah.
Have you been on the bikes and doing the yoga? I've seen you in there.
Yes.
You've been having a lot of laughter in there, too. I've seen that.
You're doing a great job.
She is.
And I'm not sure that she was prepared her first week for how much work she'd be doing, but she nailed it and worked right through the muscle soreness.
Yeah.
And in addition has been super helpful in planning some of the things that we do with Gwen's Girls for their summer camp.
Can you tell us a little bit about Gwen's Girls?
Gwen's Girls is an organization that was founded by a woman, Gwen Elliott, from Pittsburgh, who was breaking barriers for both women and for blacks. She was one of the first women in the military, and she was a Pittsburgh police officer for years. And she saw a real need for young girls to be empowered, particularly young black girls, and so she started this program. And it is an amazing organization. I found it through my church and was really excited because they had a need for health and fitness mentors. And they have people that help with all different types of things, but they wanted, in particular, somebody in the health and fitness arena. So we reached out to them and have been working with them this summer doing their summer camp. And they also have a Learn and Earn program, which Ashley is part of. And Ashley had done the summer camp, I believe, in the past. And all the girls know her. She's like a celebrity when we go back there.
Yeah.
But she's doing the Learn and Earn program where they work as an intern for the summer. They work 25 hours a week. And she really has been a godsend to us because I thought I was teaching a much older group of girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an 8-week, really in-depth plan for girls in high school. And here it turns out they had a need for the younger kids. And so we are working with 8 to 12-year-olds, and Ashley wants to be a pediatrician and loves kids and has done an amazing job researching activities that are age-appropriate and has really helped me reach these children.
That's great. And you just had a birthday, Ashley, so happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
It's all July babies here.
Yeah.
You had a birthday, too, Sharon.
Yes, we're all in you, too. You a Leo or you a Cancer?
Both, actually.
Oh,
I'm
see?
in the middle.
All these caretakers.
And so which ones do you prefer, the yoga or the real rider bikes?
The real rider bike.
Yeah. Isn't it different having those the steering tilt and turn?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen Ashley's been super busy, and it's been fun to just have her there in the studio to see her being involved in what you're doing, and it's good for young girls to be.
Yeah, we talk about how, particularly yoga, and we're doing all different things, but in the yoga in particular, how you can go from that super high anxiety, high energy, stress to peace so quickly, and we've done it through high-intensity interval workouts and then breathing exercises. And Ashley came up with some great games. Do you want to talk about the balloons or the noisemakers? Go ahead. She's shy. Ashley's a little shy, but she found games, and we did, some jumping squats and jumping jacks as part of our yoga. So we started with a little bit of a flow, and they're being taught pose after pose. And prior to that, she had come up with a game where they teach each other the poses, which has really helped cement each particular posture. And then we made it high intensity. So what was a yogi squat, we did jump squats with, and what was a plank, we turned into mountain climbers. And their heart rates went up, and then quickly dropped into child's pose and breathed. And just to show them how you can be so geared up, and then you can create your own peace instantly. And it's a really good tool for anybody. But these girls seem to enjoy it. The younger ones are a little bit of a challenge, huh, Ash? The 11 and 12-year-old girls love it, and they're a breeze. The 8 to 10-year-olds, we have to rein them in, and Ashley's really good. Tell them how.
We played this game called Four Corners, and whoever got picked in the corner, they had to do a pose, and then the one that was had to choose which one is next to count.
Oh, wow. I think that's fun, and Gwen's Girls, it's phenomenal, like what you're involved in. Can you at least give us your website and your phone number if folks have questions about your studio and Gwen's Girls as well.
Yeah, our website is www.uecpgh.com. Gwen's Girls is a really wonderful program, and if you want more information or are interested in volunteering or making a donation, it's Gwen's, G-W-E-N-S, girls.org. So, and there's a link to a donation site. There's a link to volunteer, and you can get your clearances. And there's such a need for so many, like, cooking skills, dietitians. We have one of my friends, Tamara's, coming August 1st, and we're doing Zumba, which,
cool.
It's so fun. These girls are so talented, and they all love dance. And the one skill I lack significantly is dancing. And so my friend Tamara is going to come and teach Zumba to the girls. And I have another friend who's a champion Frisbee thrower that is going to come down, and we're going to have an outdoor day with Frisbee. But we keep the yoga program in that we start with some inquiry. So it's a question and answer session at the beginning of whatever workout we're doing. And we do the workout, and then we come back to that place where we sit quietly, we reflect, meditate, and make space for something new. And they have done very, very well. I'm really impressed with the fact that, we talk about the three different types of health. There's your physical health, there's your emotional health, and then there's your mental health, and how it's so important, and like you, financial health, how it's so important that we keep everything connected. And so in order to be mentally and emotionally healthy, you need to be physically healthy. And in order to be physically healthy, you need to be emotionally healthy. So they're all intertwined. And the more you learn, the more tools. I tell them these are tools for your toolbox. Like every single thing you learn, we're talking about mindfulness next week, and we're going to bring grapes in, and we're going to start with our workout. We'll start with our question and answers, and every week they learn something. So this past week, it was breathing. We learned some breathing exercises. We learned about how your metabolism changes by breathing deeper, how the oxygen is exchanged, and then we went into our program, and they really get it. And even as young as they are, I'm typically used to teaching older kids, but these kids get it, and they understand that in order to create peace, no matter how chaotic their surroundings are, they can do that. They have the power to do that themselves. And it's kind of, cool to watch girls who can be super high energy and jumping around drop right down and start to breathe and quiet themselves. And so it's a tool I wish I had when I was younger,
I mean, it's one of the things, and I was reading a little bit about Gwen's Girls because folks may not know this with, how accomplished this is. I mean, showing so much compassion by creating this and giving opportunities to young girls. I mean, this is something that many people, and I didn't know that, Gwen, she broke down barriers. She was one of the first African-American female officers in 1973, and then became the first woman promoted to sergeant. And then during her tenure in Pittsburgh, she witnessed struggles of young women and girls, and that brought on this. So we're big believers in compassion. I think it's number one. I say that there is a term in yoga. I find it interesting because I do love yoga. I have like this love affair with yoga because it really does keep you balanced. And it's not a religion. It's a lifestyle. It's the way you choose your life and your path and your direction. But there is a term about creating harm for others. And it's often used, for many people, don't harm others. But the most primary person is to not harm yourself. So if you don't harm yourself, then you will not harm others. So the primary focus is be compassionate to yourself before you start thinking about being compassionate to others. So that's why I love Gwen's Girls as well, because it gives opportunities to young minds, to give them the ability to think beyond what is today.
Right, and to walk into the building, it's an old school over on the north side, and there's so much energy and so much life. And the girls are respectful. The people that work there are amazing. And it's, especially in this day and age, with all the racial tensions that we have going on right now, it's just really beautiful to see everyone interact happily, peacefully, and to know that there's no judgment and that, you don't see anything other than their beautiful souls. And it's such a powerful thing for me to go in and see these young girls and listen to what they already know and how they want to grow. And their aspirations are huge. Ashley wants to be a pediatrician. There's people that want to be orthodontists. These young girls have high aspirations, and I hope that every one of them aspire and achieve their goal. And we teach them that, you make that declaration, your I am statement, and you say it as if it's already happened, and then you make it happen. And it's a really powerful tool to know that you already have everything you need within you, and you're capable. And Ashley is interested in maybe taking the same route that Gwen Elliott herself took, is through the military. And it's a wonderful option for a young woman, particularly, if you aren't able to afford college. That's a great way to get your degree, and it's a great way to serve your country at the same time and to grow and make a difference in our world, and we really need it right now. So,
we do.
I am so excited to be part of this program and so excited to get to know each of these kids on an individual basis and see what their aspirations are and how capable they really are.
I think that what you're doing, Urban Elements in Psychology, is really impressive. I'm a big believer in paying it forward and having fun with it as well, and having kids involved with this. I kind of want to adopt Ashley.
Well, I thank God for Ashley, because honestly, the first day, it's gotten better every week, but the first week I was prepared for 15 to 18-year-olds, and these girls look older. I walked in and thought they were 15 to 18 years old. I'm telling you, they are all, but then when I was speaking and they were not really, getting it, I said, oh, come on, you're 16, and the one little girl said, I'm 11. And I'm like, what? And they're as tall as I am. I mean, these girls are, I don't know what all the hormones in the food, I guess, but it's a different world as far as what an 11-year-old looks like or a 12-year-old looks like now compared to when I was 11 and 12. But they are really very mature. The 8 and the 9-year-olds are probably our toughest group, huh, Ashley? And they love her, and so that helps me that when Ashley walks in, I can say, okay, listen up, and they keep chatting, and Ashley will say, listen, and they listen. And she does a really good job. And her activities that she's come up with, we did one with the breathing, so we talked about the different types of breathing, bumblebee breath, dragon breath, and things that are just meant to calm you, things that are meant to raise your heart rate. And we used, she came up with balloons for the one and then noisemakers for the other, and it was just a really fun. And then this week it is going to be on mindfulness, and we're going to eat grapes really slowly, but we're going to speak to how slowing down in the world that we live in now is so busy, and everyone's in such a hurry, and to get to their activities and get to the next thing, it's always check, 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 let's get moving. It slows you down, and at first it's kind of difficult. Like when you start to begin to practice mindfulness, particularly if you're a busy person, it's kind of aggravating because you feel like you're not getting as much done. But then you start to really be aware, and that self-awareness helps you grow, and you have the ability to really be present in each and every moment. I was at a concert, Guns N' Roses, showing my age.
I was too. It was great.
And I was amazed at how many people were on their cell phones. And they missed the entire concert. And they were videotaping, and they were texting, and they were posting pictures. And I thought, wow, nobody with their phone in their hand was present. And I just thought, why are you videotaping this when you can do that on YouTube if you want to see them play again? But you're missing the actual experience. So mindfulness teaches us to be present during the experience. And so even with these kids, we tell them, put your stuff away, sit down, get quiet, and they're able to do that and be present. And so I'm excited about next week. So we're going to do some really fun, mindful exercises that hopefully teach them that even when they do their homework, when they fold their clothes, when they have chores at their home, if they slow down a little, pay attention, they'll get that peace that comes just from living mindfully.
I think that it's wonderful, Ashley, that you are there. It makes me happy. You're so beautiful, and you have she's got this great energy about
her. Dimples, I love.
Yeah, she's just, and so willing always to just, the other day you were drawing on the balloon. I loved it. I don't know. That's just being a kid at heart and knowing that we never really all grow up. We're still kids, deep down inside. And it's just fun to see that, at your age or here at Urban Elements in Psychology, it's a beautiful fitness studio. It's a New York-style fitness studio. Really reminds me of New York very much. So there's so much going on always. The classes are great, and then you're downtown, and you have access to all of the ball games, the concerts. So it's
we went to a ball game, huh?
Did you
our
really?
First day, because it was funny. It was our first day, and we had tickets, and it was a Monday afternoon, and it was beautiful outside, and we had finished all of our, all of her jobs. She's so helpful with everything, and we got done earlier, so we just took in a couple innings.
Love that. That's what's wonderful about it. And, you have that freedom factor. You can park there. It's not difficult to park there. Trust me. I've parked there even when they're ball games. And there's.
Wait, I recall that you were blocked in, actually, by the pirates. They shut the bridge down and encased your car.
That was fun, though. It was actually.
That was fun.
Yeah, and I think that going downtown is fun because it's just the ability to just see our city, which is so very beautiful. And we just captured it, actually, on our TV show. A good friend of mine, Rob Fletcher, and I, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is involved in this project. So we feel very blessed that Sharon and Brittany are on this TV show. It's about their studio and a few others. And
Pittsburgh has really become just so cohesive. Our whole environment is changing. We want everyone to be healthy. We encourage people. We just had Open Streets a couple weeks ago, which is started by Fit Pittsburgh, which is now expanding into other cities. And it was like a massive field day. It was like the whole city had a field day. People were roller skating, bike riding, boot camps. They had bikes set up in Market Square. We have yoga in Market Square every single Sunday that's free. We have classes at Highmark Stadium on Wednesday nights that are free. So there's so much happening, and most of the studios and most of the gyms really encourage people. They support each other's small businesses, and I think Pittsburgh's so special like that. When I speak to my friends from other cities, it's so competitive, and we are all about elevating one another, truly. Like, sure, everyone's in business, and they all want their businesses to do well, but our real goal is that our city as a whole becomes healthier and unified, and that we don't have the anger and the rage and the separation that we're seeing, and that we can bring people together and recognize that we are all people. It doesn't matter. There was a video the other day that I loved so much, and it said, you don't look at a person and say, oh, they're driving a Ford, they're a Ford. And you don't call them a Chevy or a Mustang. You call them a person. So our bodies are our vessels, and it's our soul that is who we are. And when we can start to see each other that way, I think maybe we'll grow towards peace. But it's just, I think that Pittsburgh as a whole seems to be doing a really good job, and I just hope we continue.
I think that the difference also with the fitness studios, which we've captured, really reflects how the broad spectrum, the midtown, the downtown, and the suburbs. So it doesn't really affect, and life's a team sport. At the end of the day, there's nothing we can take with us. We are and should be grateful for what we have and unclutter with all of the stuff. I mean, I'm in finance. I look at it and I say, unclutter, make your life easy, go back to basics. And fitness is priority for me, for the fact that health-wise it's important for all of us as a community. And all of these studios have done a fantastic job. I do want to thank Danny from Energize. Thank you, Danny. You are amazing for, donating some equipment and items. And Mark from Dunham's. It really means a lot to be able to have friends who are willing to share and contribute to Gwen's Girls and other causes that you've always backed us up on and supported us on. And that's really what it's about. It's a shared experience, and there's nothing that's mine. I don't look at it as, these are just things, and it's fun to share versus be that kid in the sandbox with their marbles. And there are people like that, but it's just not fun being by yourself with all of the marbles, is it?
Yeah, and there's enough business for everyone. We really need to create healthier society. Our medical costs are ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Modern medicine keeps you alive till you're 80, 85 anyhow. Be healthy, be fit, get moving, and enjoy your life. And life is a lot more fun when you can be active. There is nothing I enjoy more than taking my dog for a walk, jumping in a kayak and kayaking on the river, getting on a bike and going for a bike ride. And then in the studio, we work so hard. It's a different type of workout, but it gives you the ability to go outside. There's really nothing that I don't think I can do, and I think that comes from the confidence you get once you start to get fit. If I want to hike a mountain, I hike a mountain. If I want to swim, I swim. Whatever it is, once you start, and I wasn't there 15 years ago. I didn't start working out till much later, and I never was outside, and it really does change your life for the better.
Ash, do you have anything to say? You're watching us. Have you found this to be a fun experience? This is just the first couple of weeks that you've gone into this, right?
Yes, and actually this is my first job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so that's exciting. You've met a lot of people from the studio, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you like taxes? Yeah, no. It's our first paycheck.
No taxes, please. But so, folks, I really encourage you, again, Urban Elements in Psychology, great studios, North Shore, Pittsburgh. Here we go. Beautiful weather, but rains most of the year, so make sure you have a membership. And Ash, wonderful to have you here from Gwen's Girls. Please support them. It's all about young minds and supporting our next generation and making sure that they're healthy and are, equipped for the world, because constantly we're seeing changes in the world today, and living active lifestyles is so very important. Any last words, Sharon?
I'm just really grateful for Ashley. So, Ashley, thank you